youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the Special Interest Group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Yes, good evening and welcome once again to the second edition of News Tonight. Let's start with the top stories.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
President Museveni tips Busega division voters to vote out opposition in the coming elections. Uganda police warns VIPs and their security personnel against misuse of firearms. Former Supreme Court Justice Professor George Wilson Kanyeihamba dies at the age of 86. While motorsport is evolving in Uganda to win over new fans.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Thank you so much for joining in, and now the news in detail. President Museveni has urged Busega division voters to vote out the opposition in the upcoming elections and entrust their vote with only NRM members so that they can get effective service. Museveni has made the remarks in Busega division while starting a 5-day wealth creation visit to Kampala.
President Museveni has kicked off Kampala Capital City Authority Wealth Creation Visit from Busega Division. After commissioning Busega Central Market, President Museveni visited Nalweiso Foster, a resident of Kibumbiro Zone A in Busega, to assess her PDM success. In the company of the First Lady Gent Karamoja Museveni, the afternoon downpour did not stop the president.
Abadde atugamba waliyo sente zijja mu weziti waliwo ebikola naye nga tezitutuukako naye abantu batadde ku mukolo kuli kuno olwa PDM basobodde okututambuliza ekintu ekyo ne kitutuukako eno wansi abantu bafunye sente za PDM.
Nalweiso is one of the recipients of the 2023 Parish Development Model Funds.
Nyabannange nze PDM atukoledde ekyenjawulo awaka wano tulya ekyenkya ekyemisana tulya ekyeggulo ekitaaliwo
kati olabye kati wano Nalweiso akozeko kamu kokka okulundira embizi emanju basi olaba kati ate embizi ezo zizaala 8 so
from Kibumbiro, Busega, Museveni then proceeded to Natete. In almost all the areas where the president passed through, crowds gathered on the roadsides to receive him. In Katete, Museveni visited the tender garage operators. In the company of the First Lady, the President toured and appreciated the garage. Thereafter, he convened a local meeting to interact with the community.
Abantu balimu nga batwekwesemu bwekwesi. Nina byosijja kusobola kwogera ku muzindaalo wano muzeeyi kusaba appointment.
Has 120 members, of which some are youth who are still obtaining vocational skills in our field of operation.
The garage operators informed the President about their challenges and in turn, Museveni offered relief.
We are looking forward for increasing the number of members in our garage, and I believe if we receive funds and support from the President.
So you work out the details.
N'olwekyo mbadde njagala mukole bulungi muggyeyo byonna ebyetaagisa.
And then we will support you.
Then tujja kubayamba.
Start by supporting Kampala.
Era tujja kutandika nga tuyamba Kampala.
Then we can add other cities.
Then tulyoke tugatteko ebibuga ebirala.
He, however, reiterated the need for Rubaga division to support the NRM government.
Naye wano olubuto lwayononeka dda tewali alwogerako.
For Rubaga South constituency, Museveni says he knows little about their leaders.
Kati mbaka wa parliament wa Rubaga yani nokumenya simumanyi. I have never heard, I forgot about Rubaga banange.
Tamuwuliranga nako ne Rubaga yajeerabira dda.
Nasembayo okuwulira gubayitanga lukyamuzi. Oyo nayo lukyamuzi yali mu kuvuma gavumenti. Kati amazima simuwulirangako. Wakiri lukyamuzi nali muwulirako naye ono simu. So emyaka etaano tuwaliwo abanja ebyammwe.
The President ended his address by urging Rubaga division voters to rebuke politicians who demobilize them against government wealth creation interventions. Museveni with the following, they take the wealth creation drive to Makindye division. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
President Museveni has commissioned Busega Market as he started his PDM tours in Rubaga Division, Kampala. During the commissioning, he encouraged market vendors to get involved into wealth creation in their homes as government improves the infrastructure.
President Yoweri Museveni and the First Lady Janet Museveni kicked off the Paris Development Model Tours in Kampala with the commissioning of the Busega Market in Rubaga Division. The President later addressed the vendors and the Rubaga Division residents who were at the commissioning of the market. President Museveni reiterated the National Resistance Movement's message that it is only through work that wealth can be generated in homes.
The message of the NRM is work. Era obubaka bwa NRM kukola. Work in order to create wealth either as an owner or as a worker. Okukola obugagga nga omukozesa oba ng'omukozi. What we don't accept is idleness. Kye tutajja kukkiriza bwe bwakireereesi. You are neither an owner of some wealth, nor are you a worker. Ku mukozi oba ku mukozesa.
Museveni commended the market vendors for not being idle and engaging in income-generating activities.
When I used to find you at the roundabout, when you are there,
luli yateranga omukulembeze basinkana eri ku roundabout nga muli awo we mutundira we mukolera.
That one was very insecure.
Ekyo kyali nga kifo si kituufu nnyo era nga tekiina bukuumi bumala.
I'm not sure how much people would lose by going to Kwanura every time it rains, they run around. I don't know how much they were making.
The president has, throughout his wealth creation tours, emphasized the commercial agriculture, factories, services, and ICT that can provide quick employment and wealth.
So I'm very happy to see that here you are main in one type, service delivery.
President musanyufu nnyo okulaba nga mwabali wano muleeta mukola ebika ebyo eby'obugagga ebisatu.
They are doing the number 3, the obuweereza.
Mukola obugagga nga muyita mu buweereza empaji ey'okusatu.
By selling what is produced by other people.
The executive director, Kampala Capital City Authority, said the market will accommodate over 2,800 vendors.
Eno ye effort yo okusobola okujja bannakibuga mu bwavu era tujebaza nnyo. Mu katale muno abasuubuzi bakoleramu emirimu egy'enjawulo era twateekamu departments ez'enjawulo nga tulina abatunda amatooke ne tubeera n'abatunda engoye ku level 2 ne tubeera ne restaurants oba ebifo ebirirwamu emmere. Your Excellency, tulina abali mu banking sector, aba mobile money. Your Excellency, tulina abatunda envendirwa, tulinawo ne saluuni era abakyala bano okunyirira kw'obalabamu n'abaami saluuni mweziri omwo bazikozesa. Tulina
kama wange ne twebaza ne ajati asfa oba ali kumpi mukama wange ajati oyo yagwa mu kkubo ekitaali kirungi ng'asaba akatale kaffe kano mukama wange ajati oyo tumwebaza nnyo era president tukwebaza olw'ekkula lyo lino mukama wange liwatuwa.
The president also donated 100 million shillings to each of the 3 circles in the market. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
Over 20 youth who have defected from the NUP to NRM in Ssembabule have appealed to the NRM party leadership in the district to establish initiatives aimed at empowering and guiding the young people to getting out of criminal activities. They made the appeal at a campaign rally held by incumbent district woman MP Ssembabule district Mary Begomisa, seeking to the party ticket for the second term.
As the countdown for National Resistance Movement Party primary elections draw closer for Thursday, party candidates across the country have intensified their campaigns in a bid to win over voters. From rural constituents to urban centers, aspirants are engaging with its supporters, outlining their visions and urging party members to entrust them with leadership roles. Mary Begomisa, the woman member of parliament for Ssembabule district, who is seeking for the people's mandate to extend her term with the NRM party flag, campaigned in areas of Luma, Nsangala, Kaserutwe, Chibulala, Lusalila, Nakatete, Chebongotoko, Kasunsa, among others.
I asked for women groups money, I haven't gotten it. I asked for cows for people to develop them. I haven't gotten a lot or anything, but I got a tractor here from government, and the president instructed that they give me 2 more tractors. I haven't.
Despite the impediments that did not enable her to accomplish her manifesto, she's optimistic that once entrusted with the will of the people, she will accomplish the pending promises in her second term.
I have a lot of unfinished business. One, there are a lot of things I've asked from government, including a district hospital, our road from Chabakuza, Matete, Mbirizi. That road is not yet done. our schools, we are not yet done with government.
But this didn't stop the voters to remind her of the challenges they are going through that need immediate attention.
Era abantu babonye nnyo, abantu balwanaganye n'ababbi nayo situmanyi oba batuwe ku poliisi.
However, during a rally at Nsangala village, over 20 youth defected from NUP and joined the NRM. The politically converted asked her to convey a message to the NRM party leaders, urging them to empower the youths across the country.
Otukulemberemu nga bw'oli maama w'eggwanga, maama w'enkulaakulana, maama kisa, maama byonna, otutuuse mu maaso ga pulezidenti nga ffe abavubuka b'Ensangala.
On my small money, I can use it, but I'm going to lobby government to come quickly to the rescue of this youth. Give them poultry, give them piggery, give them cows, so that they can also, because their complaint was one, you heard them, they don't want to be idle.
In the same vein, Wilberforce Begumisa officially declared his intention to contest for the Mawogola West parliamentary seat, a position held by the incumbent, also State Minister for Health in charge of general duties, Hajati Anifa Kawoya Bangirana.
I know what really affects the people here. Among the issues I'm concerned about are just social services, which for years have not been catered for.
Like other areas in the Ssembabule district that are suffering from poor service delivery, Mawogola is not any better.
Most areas have not been covered by electricity. We still have poor schools around. Health services have not spread to most of the places, though we have a few now which have been developed by our NRM government, and we are so grateful to our President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for the intervention he has made this Chisanja.
His other main focus, once voted to represent the party in the 2026 general elections, will be on gender equality and diversity, not leaving the youths out.
That some of our leaders, after failing to deliver, they cling on the government programs. These programs are an initiative by our government of NRM under our beloved President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So they would just want to manifest themselves as though they have done wonders.
Amwaye Vanjoko and Mike Bakabulindi for UBC.
Former Supreme Court Justice Professor George Wilson Kanyeihamba is dead. Kanyeihamba died at Nakasero Hospital in the early hours of Monday, July 14th, at the age of 85.
The former Supreme Court retired Justice Professor George Wilson Kanyeihamba has died at Nakasero Hospital in Kampala Monday morning. At the age of 86, retired Justice Dr. Professor George Wilson Kanyeihamba had been receiving treatment at Nakasero Hospital. Following the sad news of his death, UBC TV visited his home in Busega, Machindia Division, Kampala District. Some politicians praised the late as a person who fought for human rights.
And that is an example which each and every judge in Uganda should take by doing judgments that do not affect humanity, do not affect personalities, but do go as by the laws in this country. He has been a very good counsel to all of us. He has advised in the political fields, and he has been a very good resident in our place here in Busega. He has contributed to the development of this area. And
council yange nagenda nga ba LC ne mu oluguudo yajja mu office abantu bayo waggulu baani bajjeno baani ne bakomplaininga nga baluyita Buziga Hill nga kyenyinza okusasula Kanyeihamba kumuwa luguudo olwo.
Local leaders and residents in Busega village who converged at Professor George Wilson Kanyeihamba's home spoke highly about the late as a loving person who helped the village in terms of development.
He has supported so many. He has built schools in our county. We shall never forget Nyaruhanga High School, The founder was Professor Kanyeihamba. It was his initiative, and the school is there.
Professor kyamuyigiddeko abadde muntu anywerera ku kigambo kye. Nze ne yali yanzibako ettaka lyange. Naye najja nendeeta kwe nagulira byonna ng'eyanguza amaana n'aguza omuntu omulala.
Toyinza muviirako awo. Era ogenda okuva mu maka ga profesa wano ng'ayina ate byakutaddemu ebirala oba ng'ayina byakunnyonnyodde ebiyinza okukyusa obulamu bwo nga ffe abavubuka naddala ffe abavubuka kuba abadde musajja mukulu mukaddekadde ate musajja abadde muyivu munamateeka.
Ffe abasigadde abaatulekedde kyakulabirawo nensaba bonna bannayuganda bannange tulabire ku profesa ate profesa kyabadde atambulirako ffe abasigaddewo naffe tukitambulireko.
Ate era ng'ababodaboda baŋŋambye nti banyoleddwa nnyo kubanga bunaku nkulu abadde abalabirira baweereza ssente nga wa bodaboda mwayo $5,000.
Retired Dr. Justice Professor George Wilson Kanyeihamba died at the age of 86, was an author, politician, a former Justice of the Supreme Court, former Cabinet Minister, and Member of Parliament. He was also a chair of the Legal Committee of the Constituent Assembly that made the 1995 Constitution. Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nansubuga, UBC News.
Members of Parliament have paid tribute to the late now Professor George Wilson Kanyeihamba, urging the legal fraternity, academia and the judiciary to emulate his lifelong dedication to justice and the rule of law.
Like the policies which affect my people.
Uganda is mourning the passing on of Professor George Wilson Kanyeihamba, an esteemed legal scholar and retired Justice of the Supreme Court.
Museveni and the NRM party.
He died at Nakasero Hospital, where he had been receiving treatment, widely recognized for his principled stand on constitutionalism, the rule of law, and civil liberties. Professor Kanyeihamba leaves a legacy in Uganda's legal and academic circles.
I think it's a great pity that we've lost our judge. Just like Kanyeihamba has been outstanding in all his works. He has written books on constitutional law. He has interpreted the constitution.
The old professor is well known as an academic, a scholar of in marginal proportions, and he has written extensively on constitutional governance, and he was a key figure at the making of the 95 Constitution.
Members of Parliament remember him as a brilliant justice and one of the architects of the 1995 Uganda Constitution.
But I will vividly remember him in his dissenting judgment of 2011 and 2006, when he said that theft is theft. If something is stolen, it is stolen, however small it is.
What we can applaud him about is that he was able to stand strong, to try and rectify and undo the mistakes of those that were misrepresenting the consensus of 1995. We shall miss him as a citizen, as a scholar, and as a consistent crusader of good governance and constitutional governance.
They call upon the legal fraternity, scholars and upcoming lawyers to emulate Professor Kanyeihamba's vision by defending justice and promoting the rule of law.
He has served the country with all his might and his intellect, and I know the society and the population is satisfied by his service.
We expected him to be around. He was an old man, has been very firm in political issues in Uganda. He has actually made court decisions which are firm and independent. We are going to miss him.
Professor George Wilson Kanyeihamba passed away at the age of 85. Rebecca Nantongo, Gloria Gwitabinji, Parliament.
In the same line, the judiciary, Uganda Law Society and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions have also applauded the works of the late now Professor George William Kanyeihamba towards the legal fraternity.
The country and the legal fraternity has lost a judicial officer who made landmark decisions to drive the country's judiciary. The judiciary judiciary, through its spokesperson, His Worship James Seremi Mawanda, expressed its condolences for the loss of the retired Justice of the Supreme Court, Professor Jojo Wilson Kanyeihamba, who played a pivotal role in uplifting the image of the judiciary during his tenure as a judicial officer.
First of all, we want to condole with the family of the late Justice Kanyeihamba. We want to condole with the entire country, because losing one of us is really a big loss, because we appreciate that each one of us has a contribution to make in the development of this country, and particularly in the area of the rule of law.
Judicial has also sent condolence message to the entire family of the late and the country for losing such a person who has contributed a lot to the country's development in a legal way.
Really saddened by that passing, because he was an icon in the Supreme Court, where he served since he joined the judiciary. So his passing is really a sad moment for us as a judiciary. So we are really saddened. We want to tell the family that we are with them, we condole with them, and may his soul rest in eternal.
The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has also sent its condolences.
The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions are privileged to have judgments, very well reasoned judgments, that we usually cite in our cases in courts of law. And therefore, Justice George Kanyeihamba contributed immensely to the growth and development. As the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, we commiserate with the family of the Honorable Retired Justice George Wilson Kanyeihamba. May the Lord God Almighty comfort you in this very difficult time.
Others who applauded the works of Professor Jojo Wilson Kanyeihamba was the Vice President, Uganda Law Society, Anthony Asimwe.
The constitution you see, which is one of the best constitutions, looking at it, he's the brain behind it. And throughout his tenure as the judge up to the level of Supreme Court, we've seen him as the person who has contributed a lot to the jurisprudence of this nation. He's been a clear example of what they call truth. He will speak the truth. He will fight for his independence and judicial independence, and the principles of good governance. Is we feel we've lost a pillar in the area of law and practice in this country, and we shall forever remember him for his contribution.
Other lawyers, including the Attorney General of Busega Kingdom, Alex Luganda, praised the late Professor Jojo Wilson Kanyeihamba for advocating for the rule of law in the country.
As a person and as a legal practitioner, he helped in standing firm, because very few judges right now would be in position to say that the government is wrong or the president is wrong. So he will die going down with his head high. And just like we say, for us in law, since we work on precedents, Justice Kanyeihamba's legacy is not dying.
At the time of his death, at the age of 86, Professor Jojo Wilson Kanyeihamba was a retired Justice of the Supreme Court. With the landmark decisions he made was the 2006 presidential election petition filed by Dr. Kizabe Sije, where he dissented with the trial justices of the Supreme Court and ruled that the elections did not comply with the presidential laws. Other decisions was the one of Andrew Mwenda and the Attorney General, where he boldly highlighted on the rights of the media in regards to news reporting. After serving as a judicial officer, Professor Jojo Wilson Kanyeihamba once filed a petition against the president's move to scrap off bail for suspects with capital offences. Although his petition was dismissed by the Constitutional Court justices, Professor Jojo Wilson Kanyeihamba was an author and a politician who wrote books, among others, The Constitution and the Political History of Uganda, commonly used by students in universities. Deborah Namamunde, Viola Nansubuga, UBC News.
Now, in Professor Kanyeihamba, Uganda has lost a towering figure in the fight for justice and constitutionalism. Justice Kanyeihamba, a former Supreme Court justice and one of the architects of the Uganda's 1995 constitution, passed away after a long battle with prostate cancer. Tonight, we look back at the life and legacy of a man who dedicated his years to defending the rule of law and mentoring generations of legal minds.
The former Supreme Court retired Justice Professor Jojo Kanyeihamba has died at Nakasero Hospital in Kampala Monday morning. At the
Born in 1939 in Chenjojo district, Justice Kanyeihamba grew up in a humble farming family under the guidance of his father, a catechist, and a mother who was a farmer. He attended local schools before joining Kabarole Junior School and Nyakasura School, later pursuing higher education in the United Kingdom, where he earned a bachelor's and doctorate in law from the University of Warwick. Upon his return, Kanyeihamba rose through the legal ranks, serving as Attorney General and the Minister of Justice, a key figure in drafting Uganda's 1995 Constitution, and the Supreme Court judge from 1997 until his retirement in 2009. Justice Kanyeihamba was widely respected for his fearless judgments, protecting constitutionalism and human rights, often speaking truth to power. A dedicated academic, he taught law at Makerere University, mentoring many legal professionals and authoring several books on constitutional law and governance. Family was central in his life. He is survived by children and grandchildren, who he often described as his strength and joy. Justice Kanyeihamba died at the age of 86 of prostate cancer. He had remained strong in spirit, dedicated to justice, and was a father figure to many in the legal fraternity. He leaves a legacy of defending the Constitution and advocating for a just society. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Professor Kanyeihamba, a name indeed to be remembered ever in Uganda. May his soul rest in eternal peace. We'll keep you posted about all the developments to do with his death and send-off. Let's take a short break. Please keep it with us.
Abeka bana tuzi. Awarunji. Naffe tujja.
Bami kwangu. Ana inakuchange ono.
Uncle, you can just use your phone.
Tuina mombo.
Va ku mwana gwe change.
Nayanziza nnyo.
Nange kwetera.
Yes sir.
Zo ziri mmeka?
Jire 3 kitundu.
3 kitundu.
Yes sir.
Nayo. Sente nga zinsugoddeko.
But uncle, you can get from your phone.
Let's keep on playing your bodies. What do you mean? Mweba rutegeka nze no bora bankoye va ku machandi mu shopping. Juma jangu yambe ku munno muti kule bintu. Muri mutya?
Uncle, you're suffering again. Can you put it on your phone and make money?
Bye-bye. Musuri domtuma. Unda zo kwagara. Naye. Thanks for coming. Enkombo wazikyali waawo jajja mwongereko oyagala nnyo olwombo lw'ekinyebwa
Kandete kando.
Tewetaaga kutambula gwe ne bw'otuula
Tubeere mu nzikiza.
Senga n'atuma olina okugumiikiriza.
Youth voters on your wallet. Bobby, again! What's the drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion. Shop and pay with your FlexiPay. Cashback. Instant. It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion.
It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion. Simply shop and pay with your FlexiPay at activating outlets and enjoy instant cashbacks. Terms and conditions apply. Stanbic Bank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda, and customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund up to 10 million Uganda shillings.
We thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. It's UBC News Tonight. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, through the National Council for Higher Education, has granted a charter to King Caesar University. The milestone marks a significant achievement for the university, which enables the institution to offer master's and PhD programs in science-related studies. King Caesar University has been in operation for 17 years.
The President's decision to grant a charter aligns with promoting science education to drive the country's development. Officials from National Council for Higher Education say King Caesar University has met the requirements set by the National Council for Higher Education to be granted a charter.
In accordance with the law, the National Council for Higher Education recommended King Caesar University to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, that it deserves and the President should grant a charter to this university.
The proprietor of this university and founding chancellor, King Caesar Mulenga, hailed government policy for private players in the education sector.
Embrace the education so that the private sector can play a role in higher education. That was a fundamental change, one of the fundamental changes in this country, to allow private sector to participate in higher education.
Dr. Charity Mulenga highlighted the significance of the charter, which will attract international recognition.
Receiving this charter is both an honor and a call to greater responsibility. It challenges us to deepen our research impact, broaden access to quality education, strengthen our systems of governance, and continually innovate in a rapidly changing global landscape.
The university's proprietor commended the government's efforts in liberalizing the education sector, allowing private institutions to serve Uganda.
Thank the National Council for Higher Education, especially the Executive Director, for having been no-nonsense to make sure that this university meets the conditions. We are grateful for her guidance and the whole National Council guidance and the board.
As Vice Chancellor, I commit that King Caesar University will live up to the trust that has been placed in us. We will build a culture of excellence, ethics, and service. We will strive to produce graduates who are not only skilled and knowledgeable, but also compassionate, responsible citizens.
This charter was granted by the President on 3rd July 2025, and the university has gazetted this day for all the graduation to come as they commemorate this milestone. Marion Awori and Joseph Muingo for UBC.
The FDC, that's Forum for Democratic Change, has announced its decision to boycott the upcoming Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue, that is IPOD Summit meetings. According to the party, they have been expressing their concerns about the summit's effectiveness since 2018, particularly regarding human rights issues and liberation of political prisoners, but all have been in vain.
Formed in 2009 as a loose coalition of political parties with representation in Parliament, the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue IPOD aimed at supporting its nascent multi-party democracy after the return of the multi-party politics in 2005. At the time of its foundation, there were 5 political parties in Uganda's parliament, including the Conservative Party, CP, Democratic Party, DP, Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, National Resistance Movement, and Uganda People's Congress, UPC. However, IPOD's membership changes with the electoral cycle. The FDC spokesperson, John Chikonyogo, stated that the party will not participate in the IPOD conference until their concerns are addressed. This, according to Chikonyogo, they have written letters asking for their concerns, including liberating political prisoners, to be addressed since 2018.
We therefore wonder what has changed to guarantee future compliance to the resolutions of IPOD. We agreed on electoral reforms then, but they have not been implemented. Then we are not sure whether what we are going to discuss was going to be implemented.
He questioned the conference's format, alleging that President Yoweri attends as NRM chairperson rather than President of Uganda, which undermines the dialogue process. Regarding the funding provided by IPOD, Chikonyogo stated that while the party is entitled to receive the funds, it would not fulfill all their party demands.
If you're entitled to the money, it's supposed to be given to us, because you have to grow the party, and we are not growing this party here. We are not growing this party here for ourselves. We are growing it for Uganda. That's why the parliament decided that political parties should be given some assistance to develop parties which are on that standard.
In a separate development, Chikonyogo advised opposition parties to focus on their core issues rather than speculating about the president's motives for allegedly promoting the rise of political parties. He also sent condolences to the family of the late Professor G.W. Kanyeihamba, describing him as constitutional in his approach.
It was very, very useful to Uganda in the constitutional making process. May he so rest in eternal peace.
Charity Marian Imnat and Juma Nsamba for UBC.
The Uganda Young Democrats have given the Electoral Commission a 7-day ultimatum to expedite the hearing of the Democratic Party petitions related to a dispute Mbarara Delegates Conference recently. UID claims that the IEC received over 10 petitions from aggrieved DP leaders requesting its intervention, but it ignored. Former Uganda UID President Ismail Kidia told the media in Kampala that if the IEC fails to act, they will take the next course of action.
As the regulator of political parties, to address the impasse in the party. So far here we have around 8 petitions which I've tried to gather. This is the first petition which was written to the Electoral Commission regarding the issues in Mbarara. Have reliable information from credible sources that the Electoral Commission is under pressure from higher authorities, especially the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, to throw all the DP petitions in their dustbin without any fair hearing. We are increasingly getting worried of the kind of the country we are yet to inherit, but most especially the type of election the so-called Independent Electoral Commission is yet to organize. if it can be intimidated on small DP issues. As the Electoral Commission continues to keep quiet, it's like now they are telling us that actually what happened in Barara, any other political therefore, we hereby issue an ultimatum of 7 days to the Electoral Commission to expedite the process of hearing the DP petitions, failure of which we shall not take the blame of our next court.
As Uganda prepares for the 2026 general elections, the National Economic Empowerment Dialogue, that's NED, led by Joseph Kabuleta, has fully registered as a political party with the presidential candidate. Kabuleta told UBC that he will start campaigns on the 23rd of July.
Here to survive, and I am not a survivor. Even in 2021, when I financed my own campaign, I was not a survivor.
National Economic Empowerment Dialogue Party has officially entered the political arena as a fully registered political party. This milestone comes after months of grassroots mobilization by the party, led by former presidential candidate and now party president Joseph Kabuleta.
But as of 26th of last month, after a long struggle, and of course it is a struggle for a reason, National Economic Empowerment Dialogue finally got its certificate from Electoral Commission as a fully fledged political party, but we did not wait for that.
Despite not yet being officially registered at the time, Kabuleta and the NED team have been traversing the country, rallying support for their political agenda. At a press conference following the party's certification by the Electoral Commission, Joseph Kabuleta formally announced his intention to contest for the presidency in the forthcoming general elections.
Of course I'm going to stand for president, and I'm going to be on the ballot. That is the whole idea. And actually I stood in 2021 just to test the waters. The purpose of all of it was this one. Everything I did there was for this reason. I didn't expect that I was going to cause a ripple that time, but now you wait and see. It might not look like it right now, but you just wait and see how we are going to cause a splash. We barely caused the ripple 5 years ago, but now we are going to cause a splash, an absolute splash, if not a tsunami, because the time is right.
Meanwhile, NED has revealed plans to field candidates at all levels of political leadership in the upcoming elections.
We are really canvassing across the country. Now, the purpose of me calling you here is, number one, to tell you that we are launching the party on 23rd, that's Wednesday next week, and in a very, very colorful occasion in which every one of you is invited, but we are also going to have people from across the country who are vying for positions on our ticket who will be there. So it's going.
NED says its primary focus is economic empowerment, governance reform, and restoring the dignity of Ugandans through people-centered policies and leadership. Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara and Ngabo Emon.
The Democratic Front Party has also started the nomination drive for the 2026 general elections. DF has a strong focus on empowering women to take up political leadership.
As the political season intensifies, aspirants from various parties are eyeing positions across the country. The Democratic Front is making its mark by registering candidates for parliamentary, mayoral, and council positions.
Hereby declare Mr. Kisira Peter duly nominated as candidate in the DF primaries to contest for the position of Member of Parliament, Iganga Municipality.
DF Electoral Commission Chairperson Henry Lubowa confirmed the process is progressing smoothly.
We are nominating people every Monday, Wednesday and Friday for this month of July. The month of August we shall be nominating every day because we have very many requests, especially for people who have just resigned.
Lubowa emphasized that party cards will be issued fairly, strictly to eligible and deserving candidates. He noted that here they are calling in more aspirants to join them, mostly women, to take up political leadership.
We shall give a candidate to exhibit their power in their constituencies and assure the constituencies that they are the best. There is DF for you. The DF is free, the DF is transparent, and we want to give everybody a chance starting today and tomorrow.
One of the high-profile aspirants is Happy Nasasira, vying for the Nakawa West MP seat. She has vowed to bring a motherly touch to leadership and is ready to challenge the incumbent Joel Senyonyi.
I will pay attention to you as you pay attention to my objectives. Together, we can deliver ourselves from the slavery and handout politics. Nakawa West, your breast, you have a mother, and not only in practice, but by feeling, by walking, by working. None other than Happy Nasasira. Here I am, the voice of the voiceless. I came to work.
Joseph Chigozigola, Proskovia Chontawaire, UBC News.
NRM joint campaigns have failed across the 9 districts and 2 municipalities of Karamoja sub-region. Only Moroto women MP aspirants have been conducting together, but since incumbent Stella Atiang was moving alone. In districts like Nakapiripit, Nabilatuk and Amudat, campaigns stopped due to conflicts between aspirants. In some districts, joint campaigns were not conducted, as our reporter gives it here in detail.
If they are going, for example, in Nakapiriman, they all go sit down with our team, and then we can give them random.
Thursday last week, Moroto District NRM Chairperson John Logwe, NRM electoral officers, met with NRM aspirants at NRM offices in Moroto. In the meeting, aspirants agreed to begin joint campaigns the following day, Friday, although they were behind schedule. To date, only women MP contestants are moving together, but the incumbent Stella Atiang moves alone. Moroto municipality contestants, Matheniko and Tepeth aspirants are all conducting individual campaigns. Moroto District Assistant RDC Mark Awol Musoka claims to guide the aspirants.
Only lady candidates for MP Moroto District featured up, and they agreed for them to move together. The rest didn't show up.
Some aspirants attribute the failed joint campaigns to NRM district leadership.
We are supposed to be guided by the NRM office, so that if there are joint campaigns, we would all come together. And of course, people don't believe in what they have in their manifestos. They don't believe in what they present. But what they believe is, if I go down to the ground, I will pay money, I will give people money, I will make people to drink so that they can believe in him or her. So the issue of joint campaign is not a problem to me. And I'm one person who has been longing to...
The failure is basically on individual candidates. I believe many of the incumbents could be fearing challenges arising from issues of accountability. Not that they are not accountable, but probably, and then others may have started late.
In Nakapiripirit, Amudat and Nabilatuk districts, joint campaigns ran for only 3 days and they flopped after some candidates failing to attend. This is not different in Napak and Kotido districts.
Here, I'm actually not seeing it. I don't know whether it is only Napak or other parts of Karamoja. I think maybe there was no better kind of discussions before we moved on, because that's why maybe everybody is on their own. Yet joint campaigns would have been better.
Because some of the NRM bosses who were elected of those days were also busy in Kampala, so there's nobody to call us. So I have not got even any invitation to draw the program.
NRM joint campaigns have flopped across Karamoja as most of the incumbents failed to turn up for the campaigns. Over 90 candidates were nominated to contest in the 26 MP elective positions across Karamoja. Joseph Chigozigola, Maureen for UBC News.
Abekabala tuzi. Awalonji. Naffe tujja.
Bami kwange. Anya inakuchange on. Uncle, you can just use your phone. Hey, tuina momo.
Wako mwana kudunya change.
Nayanziza nyo.
Nange kwete.
Yes sir.
Zo ziri mmeka?
Jire satu chitundu.
Satu chitundu.
Yes sir.
Yebo. Sente ngazinzu gweddeko.
But uncle, you can't get from your phone.
Let's keep on playing your bodies. What did you mean? Mweba rutegeka nze nogola bankoye kuva ku macha ndi mu shopping. Juma jangu yambe ku munno muti kule ebintu. Muri mutya?
Uncle, you're suffering again. Can you put it on your phone and make money?
Bye-bye. No sorry, don't do it. What does all work out? Thanks for Barab. Bit, and Pomba was Charwao, but get them on Gilco. I'm going to know situation here.
Can they take candle?
Hey, wait, I go to Tambura. When the water will run. I sang another tomorrow, no coming to the
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Local leaders and residents of Kabale Sub-County Hoima District are complaining over meager government service delivery despite hosting key oil and gas projects in the area. Kabale Sub-County hosts major projects like Kabalega International Airport, Kabalega Industrial Park, the proposed oil refinery, and the Eco Pump Station 1. However, local leaders say these projects have led to population growth, straining limited services. They note the sub-county lacks a government secondary school, has poor roads, markets, and health facilities. Patients trek 7 kilometers to Kabale Health Center 3.
We are facing problem of low income, maybe local revenue collected, because we still have very many people who are still denying to pay the taxes. Hence, we know that after the tax collection, the revenue collected, it's the one which will cater for all these projects which we implement through our budget. But now we are facing that problem of tax defaulters, whereby they refuse to pay, unknowingly forgetting that it is the very tax revenue which they pay will help us to give them the services which are automatically needed.
Few challenges like roads which are not good, especially this one which is leading to his home and going through. We are really sorry to Museveni for having not worked on this road. When you see the water coverage, the boreholes are completely down. We again apologize to our Museveni for not providing clean water to him and his people. But all in all, I want to assure the people of Kayera that right now we are in elections and we are likely to change the leadership at the district. The water issue, the road issue, the schools issue, all will be covered.
We are appealing to the government that they should at least provide for us a granary where buyers will come from Kampala with a fixed price and take our agricultural products to other areas.
There are some parishes which are still service different, like the center, the parishes of Mbegu, Zorobi, Kigaga, mostly Mbegu, which is very far at the lake shores. They don't have road to access. So these are the challenges the community have. We also have some challenges of secondary school in Kawale sub-county. We also request the government to bring up the secondary school.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Are you an elite runner, a fitness enthusiast, or just looking for adventure? Get ready to run in paradise at the Fort Portal City Marathon on the 19th of July 2025. This is your race to experience the beauty and culture of our tourism city. It's all breathtaking for only 50,000 shillings. Register now at www.fortcitymarathon.com or come to Wazalendo Building, Room 9 in Fort Portal. The Fort Portal City Marathon, Mwije Tugende Toro, for a run in paradise. In partnership with Rock Telecom, Data Cities, Sams, and
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
And Toro Kingdom.
A bigger and better 3rd edition of the prestigious Federation of Uganda Football Association's TV Cup has started at various venues around the country. The tournament is played by Uganda's traditional schools on the motto of excellence in academics and sports.
The 3rd edition of the FUFA TV Cup has started with a qualifier round in which 2013 winner St. Mary's College Kisubi defeated Ndeje SS 3-1. St. Edward Dabakumi lost 1-0 to Duhanga SS. Nyakasura School and St. Leo Chegobe ended scoreless. Mbale SS beat Iganga High School 2-0. Meta SS edged St. Joseph's Nagarama 1-0, as did Bukoyo SS over Bukoli College. Other qualifier round first leg winners were Namiryango College, Kabalega SS, Chibuli SS, St. Aloysius College Nyapei, and St. Bali Kudembe Mitala Maria that edged King's College Budo 2-1.
Our expectations from the 3rd edition are 1, to really make it past the round of 32, where we made it for the 2nd edition.
I have used all the tactics my coach gave me, and I know even the 2nd match, which will be held at Budo, I know I shall score.
I personally think that we were the better team. We created more and more chances, but maybe just a few mistakes here and there that cost us the game. But I believe that when we go home, we're going to fix that.
Fortunately, we were 2 down, and in the last dying minutes, probably as we are nearing the 3-4 added minutes, we are able to score another goal as a consolation goal. It could be a consolation goal to someone, but I want to tell you, to me, my coaching department, and to my boys, this is a very, very strong up front.
This year's edition is 54 schools, 44 of which are contesting this qualifier round to enter round of 32. At the stage, they will join 10 schools which earned slots from the season's stellar performances. The 10 include defending champions Nabumali High School, Ngano High School, Mengo SS, St. Charles Ruanga Koboko, Mpanga SS, Lango College, Mengo SS, Kako SS, Jinja College and Jinja SS. All schools playing the qualifier round, whose second leg action is later this week, get Zakayo footballs, while all at the round of 32 will get first-class Janzi branded jerseys.
That brings us to the end of all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching from wherever you are. My name is Michael Jordan Lokomwa with Elizabeth Nakakuna and the whole team. Wish you the best of the night and the week ahead. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www